Welcome to the Cliff Diver's Edge, taking you from unhappy to passionately, joyously happy within 30 days. Are you ready to launch off your springboard and soar into your personal growth and peak performance? In this video, we're going to be diving into the metaphorical concept of having a cliff diving coach in your life. Not a literal diving instructor, but a mentor who can guide you through the leaps and bounds of self-improvement, self-success, discovery, and overcoming challenges in your life. Discover why having a coach can be a game changer for you and your journey, helping you to navigate challenges, build confidence, and achieve your goals. We'll explore the key benefits of mentorship, including accountability, personalized strategies, and the invaluable support that comes from someone who has been through it all. Whether you're looking to enhance your career, improve your relationship, or unlock your full potential, a peak performance coach can provide you the insight and the motivation you need to soar off that springboard. Join us as we discuss how to find the right coach for you, the right cliff diving coach, the qualities to look for, and how to cultivate a powerful coaching relationship. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your life and dive into success with the help of a mentor. So let's start and begin here for today. So you want to hire a coach or a mentor, and you're looking through Google Maps or online on the internet and some of the keywords, and you're searching your computer and on the internet. Why it's important to get a coach or a mentor. So let's start with what a coach or a mentor is not. I think that would be a fair way to start. Like, what is a coach not? Now, a lot of you aren't too clear on like what a coach is or a mentor is, and I see a lot of you asking and looking in your closest circles, looking at your wife, your husband, a family member, a son or daughter, a neighbor, a friend, a colleague. So let's get really clear and get some clarity on long-term goals and who's going to be able to get us there. And we're going to be like taking a deeper look inside of ourselves today to get to the root of the problems, right, and the challenges. When seeking guidance, we often turn to those closest to us, and that's natural because we're communicating every day. We're like sharing commonalities, family members, friends, coworkers. So while their intentions are pure, their relationship can present unique challenges in the realms of mentoring or coaching. Their familiarity with you or with us may make them too lenient. So that would be one of the biggest mistakes, right? They're being too lenient, right? They don't let us off the hook. They allow us to slip through the cracks. Things like that, right? Because there's emotional stuff there, right? We don't want to break a relationship. We don't want to like hurt someone. We're going to be working with them for the next few years for colleagues and co-workers, right? We want anybody them to get mad at us because we pushed them and said, hey, you can't, right? You got to do this, and you can't sleep in, and you can't skip, sessions and things like that. So they might be resentful or like resent like pushing us too hard, like fearing that will become like defensive or resentful. And let's face it, it's easier to make excuses and avoid accountability when we're dealing with someone very well. For most of you, like 99% of you listening, I'll just say this, right? Because I know like a lot of you won't like what I'm about to say, but since I'm a cliff diver, I'm going to soar. I'm going to help you soar. I'm going to say it. And so what we want to do on this, just try to breathe. Just try to breathe and listen if anything comes up as far as resistance. Just, let it, come in. Just let it resonate, right? And try not to fight it. So, what we're going to be saying is when we ask a husband, a neighbor, a mom, a father, a family member, a friend to be our coach or mentor, what you're really deeply doing is telling yourself that there's going to be fears, right? There's fears inside of you, and there's challenges in store for you, and you want to take the easy way out, right? So we're reaching out to our closest siblings, but we know they're going to let us off the hook emotionally. We know we're going to, our wife or a husband or a brother, sister, they're going to let us off the hook. So what you're deeply telling yourself is, I want to take the easy way out instead of spending some big bucks and a good investment and a mentor that can excel you, quicker and faster, through some of your hurdles, right? We're going to be taking the easy way out for you because you know that there's no accountability, per se. You want a close family member or friend to say, that's okay, it's all right, no problem, you slept in, it's okay if you missed your workout, for today, no big deal that you didn't do your soul digging on the 2 chapters you were supposed to finish. I'm your wife, I'll still be your friend. You tried. You made it 2 weeks, and I know we set up a 1 year goal. You're stressed. You have high anxiety. You don't have enough time. Give me a hug, babe. You'll be okay. That's what you're deep down telling yourself when I'm gonna quit and fail. Who can I pay the least to let me off the hook with when an ounce of hurt, struggle, challenges come my way? Am I right? I've been doing this way too long to say this any other way. A few years back, family members did just that. They looked to their husbands and friends to coach them to be more social, to meet new friends, and to overcome some of the retirement issues and find new passions and purpose. All quit, all let off the hook. Now, on the other side of the cliff, a client flies me down to San Antonio, struggling with 2 life challenges. I only had about 2 weeks window because of business events and things on my schedule and stuff. First week in, both challenges conquered, pierced through. The second week, all on disciplines and habits and scheduling and planning. And sort of taking a cliff diver's sort of like tough or a stubborn approach to accountability and really lasering in on what we call the fulcrum to his springboard. And now today, passionate, more happy, more alive, healthier, and a new, brighter soul. And that's the difference, right? From turning to friends for coaching and mentoring compared to finding a really in-depth, knowledgeable cliff diving coach. So how are you? Did you allow yourself to receive that gift that we just presented to yourself without fighting it or reacting against it? It's a tough one, right? Because like I said, we sort of reach out to our closest circles and whoever that is, right? Surround yourself with the closest 5 friends you're hanging around with. That's who you're becoming. So we reach out to husband or wives. We don't go outside of our circle to seek out good professionals, good people like cliff divers who've been through the procrastination, the fears, the sitting, the worrying, the overcoming self-doubt, inner self concepts, intrinsic motivation, and all that kind of stuff, right? We fall deaf ears onto the real in-depth challenges and struggles that really need to be faced internally to springboard into your new life of passion and purpose. Before moving on, if you could, please subscribe and hit that bell notification so you get notified every time some of my new videos come out. If you could, do me a huge favor. If you see that thumbs up like button down there, go ahead and give it a high 5 so that more people can enjoy this content and they share it with others just like you. I know a lot of you really enjoy the community, and sometimes if I just put a little reminder here and there to add to the comments and subscribe, it reminds you to take a moment and support the Cliff Divers Edge here. A coach or a mentor is not family members. Your mom, your dad, your spouse, your siblings, your son, your daughter, they all might have love unconditionally, but they can be too lenient, right? Too lax, letting you off the hook. They might let you skate, slide, miss sessions, and things like that. There was a coach, I think it was through ClickFunnels years ago, that they had a coaching program, and I think their mom wanted to go through the coaching program. It was very expensive. It was like $10,000 or $15,000, but they had to charge the mom the same amount, $10,000 or $15,000, because that coach knew that if I gave somebody to them for free, they just knew we're never going to use it, right? We were never it would be thrown in the closet, never to be used. So same thing here. What we got to do is find that specific coach and that mentor that fits for you, and that's outside of our comfort zones, outside of our inner circles. Moving a little outside of our inner circles, we turn to like friends. Friends are great for support, communication, doing things together, commonalities, bike riding, hiking, rock climbing, things like that. But they often aren't like they don't have the tough love, right? They're friends. They're here to support, motivate, talk, cheer, do things together. That we share commonalities. So they often don't have that like strength and that tough love. So they might not push you hard enough, and if they do push you hard enough, maybe they comes into arguments and challenges and separations. So you could even be making like excuses together. My dad had a stroke when he was paralyzed on the left side, and last year he would yell and scream and complain when me, my sister, or my mom would go in and try to do PT with him, right? Get him moving, get his legs and arms, moving, and get the massager on his arms and his fingers. Get some bands on his legs for some resistance training. It was so bad that the nurses would come in and tell my sister or my mom to stop. You're hurting him. He would scream like, stop, it hurts. Like, don't do that. It was like gut wrenching, right? But that's what it is when we're like reaching out to family members for coaching and guidance, right? There's all types of complaints, like yelling and screaming. It was so bad, like, the nurses, you felt so bad, like, nurses come in and saying, like, oh, like, don't do that. And it was like you're doing something wrong. It's just like, gut wrenching. So what we did is I spent over 7 months and over like 80 different therapists, PT coaches. I went to gyms and personal trainers. And I finally found a PT coach to go in and get him moving every week. So sometimes I leave right before the therapist comes in, and I go across the hall and I observe, right, his techniques, what he's doing, some of the progress. But what do I notice? I'll be damned. No yelling, no screaming, no complaints. So that's going way outside of our comfort zones. In this case, a PT coach, somebody that's good with physical therapy. But I guess the overall really deeper issue is, for family members, it's okay that we complain, we argue. You say you push me too hard. Hey, I don't like, the way you talk to me and things like that. Almost like my dad, like yelling, stop. Oh, you're hurting me. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this today. Right. And it makes a nuisance with some of the other rooms. And you're thinking like, oh, right. It's right. It's crazy. But on the flip side, right, a PT coach comes in and doesn't know my dad, right? There's no personal relationship or over the years, or over the months. He's just a distant, what would you call it? Maybe like a foreigner, like a foreigner. And coming in and saying, here's what we're doing, right? Here's the work we're doing, and right, let's get to it. That's the most powerful example I can give you right now of all my clients and colleagues over the years, right? My dad yelling and screaming because family members are trying to help and move them, and oh, don't do that, right? Oh, that hurts. Oh, I don't want to do that. Compared to getting an outsider, right? A specialist to hone in on therapy every week. No complaints, no yelling. Progress, progress, progress. A lot of my coaching over the years, a lot of people wanted to go from X to Y, Y to Z, right? And the biggest, grandest reason why you never look at family members to be your way out or the easy way out, and yell, make complaints, and bring up excuses when the pain of like transition, because we always know that when we're in that little transition mode, there's struggles and challenges, right? We want to lose weight, so we hit the gym. First or second day, right, we're in the gym, we sprain your ankle, right? There's always those little things, or little bodies and the tricks mentally that steer us off and say, it's okay, let's do the lazy way that you've been doing the last 5 years. So that really, really hit home. Coaches are not colleagues or coworkers. While they understand your work environment, colleagues might have the objectivity, might not have. Moving on to coaches are not colleagues or coworkers, right? Coworkers, while they understand your work environment, colleagues might not have the objectivity needed to challenge you effectively. More often than not, our colleagues or our coworkers understand us, and we create that friendship because of what we're doing, right? For whatever it is, computer work, sales, coding, programming, whatever you're at, as far as you're doing, you share that commonality. Even though we're talking about family and friends and marriage and relationships and things, so they don't really have that. Ability to push you and inspire you and to force you to do better. Moving on to social media influencers. Just really quick, like following advice from social influencers can be very, very inspiring, right? Clicking those YouTube videos, Instagram posts, oh, that really inspired me. But it often generalizes and doesn't really tailor into your specific needs and goals. Doesn't really give you like that outline. That's why it's really good if you are really big fans of any social media influencers to jump in on maybe their Facebook group or their coaching program per se, where there's one-on-one activity and we're learning some of the pitfalls and how we could progress through those. And then after that, there's self-help books. Books can provide valuable insights, right? Book reading is great. What to learn, what some of our goals are, whether it's relationships, whether it's spiritual, whether it's communication, whether it's business growth, and things like that. But they lack the interactive and their personalization approach that a real coach or a mentor offers. And sometimes those book authors, once again, offer coaching and support or mentorship or masterminds and stuff to definitely go 1 or 2 steps beyond that book to get involved in that community. Are you sad right now and have that firing, burning desire to become passionately happy? Are you looking to tear down the overgrown weeds that have plagued your life to discover your truest path and purpose so you can joyously dive in to your own glowing passion within 30 days? Well, hello, I'm Edison, and inside my metamorphosis from blurred to crystal clear Cliff Divers Edge Academy, I designed a place for you to find your passion and purpose within 30 days. It's for the people looking to take one step, just that small little step towards having a reason, finding and doing what you love, waking up with a zest and a radiance and a purpose and a reason and radiating the world with your light. And how cool is this? To ultimately give back, shine, and level up the family and friends around you. Inside the Academy answers the questions that men, women, husbands, fathers, wives, mothers, and all single people have about fears, worry, depression, no purpose, hating your job, in a rut, and so much, much more. Each section and module is filled with practical strategies you can use right away in your day to celebrate you and see it dramatically increase your own health, love, strength, and joyous radiance within 30 days. You are worth the work. To check out the program down below. Now that we set clarity on who not to go to in that inner circle of our family and friends, let's dive into why a cliff diving coach is the best for you. A cliff diving coach brings a unique perspective and a set of skills that are very, very unparalleled to the rest of the regular, what I would say, like success coaches, life coaches, and like psychology or counselors, maybe in your city or your community. And here's why. Conquering procrastination. Cliff divers know firsthand the battle against procrastination. Climbing higher, taking the leap, climbing a little higher, taking another leap, climbing a little higher and doing a different dive, an extra twist. Instead of doing a front somersault, they're going to do a back, somersault, and adding what we call the level of difficulties, facing those fears over and over and over in those actions that catapult them through this, climbing higher and higher and taking the leaps. So adding different levels of intensity and difficulty. The fear of the unknown can be paralyzing, but they have learned to push through over and over and over religiously to take that leap. They can teach you strategies to go overcoming procrastination, fears, worries, inner insecurities, inner demons, inner self-talk, a lot of things like that, to take you towards actions towards your goals, and using principles to overcome fear, worry, stress, uncertainty, and lack of motivation, lack of energy and willpower and strength. Mastery of overcoming fear. A cliff diver is a fearless individual who daily confronts their greatest fears by leaping from towering heights into the unknown. They'll take those ultimate triumphs over fear and procrastination, over the conditions around them, the wind, the rain, the storms, the cold weather, and the challenges, what we call pierce through that foggy mist. This constant exposure to danger equips them to a unique perspective on the human psyche, and the power of overcoming obstacles enables them to guide you through your own fears and procrastinations with unparalleled expertise, unlike any other counselors or other people that might be in the classification of life coach or to help you overcome your goals. So they possess a deep understanding of the mental and emotional challenges that can hinder progress, and they know how to push you beyond your comfort zones towards the other side of fear. And that's what we were talking about earlier, right, with family and members, right, pushing you past your comfort zones, where family and friends are going to let you stay in a comfort zone. It's okay. That's okay. You'll be fine. Let's go out to coffee next week, right? Oh, you're okay. Oh, I love you anyhow. Stuff like that, right? So you're going to be pushing you past your comfort zones towards the other side of fear. And we always say what's on the other side of fear is just breakthrough, and there's a radiance you never even seen coming. So that guidance can unlock your full potential and achieve extraordinary things, right? They have a longer vision of what you're even seeing. Unmatched motivation. The discipline and mental fortitude required to be a successful cliff diver is immense. They understand what it means to be like above and on the perch, stuck, and how to break free from that, what we call like on the fence. right? From just doing it over and over and over, right? They break free from their own self-concept, their self-worth, how to break free from their intrinsic motivation, right? When we gotta motivate ourselves, when we don't have the energy, when we don't have the lack to, build our relationship with our husband or wife, right? Their experience in wanting to scale up higher and higher, right? 1 meter, 3 meter, 5 meter, and push those boundaries over and over and over. Make them a perfect motivational candidate so they can achieve your goals. Real world experiences. When we talk about real world experiences and who you're looking for a coach and why it should be like a cliff diving coach for yourself, we talk about real world experiences. And what that means is we're just looking for somebody that doesn't sit behind their desk all day. And then at night, 5 or 6, they go home to their family and then they, go to sleep and then it's Groundhog Day, right? They do that over and over and over. So you sort of look for a cliff diver. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a cliff diver, from the cliff diver's edge, but you're looking for somebody that challenges themselves. Maybe they did a 5 or a 10K run. Maybe they're, scaling up their, whatever it is in life. It could be their sport, their skill, running, biking, their health things. Maybe they overcome challenges. That's what you're sort of, looking for, real world experiences. So unlike a coach who sits in the office all day, a cliff diver lives and breathes adventure and challenges. And that's what you really want to look for, right? Ask some of the outside of the box questions when you're searching for a coach, a mentor, a life coach, or a counselor. Cliff divers, they know what it's like to stand on the edge, looking down over the water 60 feet below, like, and everything is hitting us. The fear, the uncertainty, the discipline. Do we put enough discipline in, right? There's been a lot of times I've been cliff diving all over the United States and around the world where I've seen people go to the perch, go to the platform, and look down at the water. Maybe sometimes they're on that ledge for a good 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20, contemplating, fearful, and then they turn around and walk away. Well, they'll go hit the little stand. Well, they'll get a drink. They'll get a drink or a snack. So the fear of regret, looking at something and a few minutes later turning around and saying, "Well, I'm not going to do that." Right? The fear of failure. So look for that. Look for and ask for what you're looking for. Real world experiences that are, motivational for you and inspirational for you. So it's invaluable in helping you tackle your own challenges. A cliff diving coach will hold you to your higher standards, and I believe the word quit is not in their vocabulary. They help and shape your decisions, your daily habits, and rituals, and have all the resources needed to help you overcome your own self sabotage, self doubt, old habits of quitting, like falling back to where you were in the past, making excuses to family members or wife, husband, significant others, complaints like my dad, my father, complaints, and making excuses when the pain's there, and we're trying to push through this pain to become this beautiful, transformative person. Laziness, mental breakdowns. So a cliff diving coach will walk together with you because of that experience, because of that daily ritual of practice, discipline, and diving through that fear, that procrastination, that what else is those challenges, on the perch over and over and over. How valuable is that for you? Right, to have a cliff diving coach right next to you, walking aside you because they live and breathe it. Setting higher, ambitious goals. So cliff divers are always pushing their limits. You ever notice, like a cliff diver, they set higher and higher goals. I know for me, you do some dives off of the 1 meter. You want to do it on the 3 meter. Why you do it on a 3 meter? You do it on the 5 and 10 meter. where it gotten so crazy over the years with the Red Bull cliff diving that a lot of the people that are doing like 10 meters would go out to Utah and Fort Lauderdale and do the 93-foot thing. So that's 30 meters. So they take a dive from 10 meters up to 30 meters. They're challenging yourself. Some of the dives you were doing 4 or 5 years ago with the Red Bull cliff divers, even the champions of the Red Bull cliff divers. Now they're doing extra twists, extra dives. It's just setting this higher, ambitious goal. So you want to be around a community like that, a community of cliff diving coaches that are going to be challenging themselves, pushing their limits. So you see that that can inspire you and that you can be raised to greatness as well. Challenging more goals for yourself, accomplishing what you didn't even think you could accomplish 6 months ago, last year. So they can help you do the same, ensuring that you are constantly growing and evolving, right? We're never being stagnant, like the whole story of the ocean. I think it was for Australia and the bay, right? Inside, they had, it's almost like Cancun. They have the ocean and a bay in Australia, and the ocean that thrives, the coral that thrives. It's all colorful and color. Inside the bay, everything's dead, right? Because it's just stagnant. There's no current. There's no push. There's no struggle. There's no challenge. There's nothing growing, right, to push through those waves and those currents. So they can inspire you to set very, very ambitious goals for yourself and provide the support and guidance you need to walk your path, bounce off your sticky feet, and pierce that foggy mist and springboard and soar. Passion and freedom. Cliff divers embody passion and freedom. I don't even think I've ever worked with or had an event with another cliff diver that isn't like happy or go lucky. Or it's one thing about challenging yourself daily and disciplines and overcoming challenges makes us more happier. You ever notice that? As far as the people that are biking, I know a girl that's biking. She had a lot of health issues over the years. She continues biking, like farther. Now she's doing the mountain biking, where it's got the knobby tires, and she's going uphill. So uphill is more challenge on the legs and the glutes and the muscles and the heart and stuff. They're always challenging. So cliff diver is a sport fueled by passion and a love for the thrill of the unknown, right? They can coach you to find your own passion and help you laser in on your ikigai, the Japanese concept of finding your reason for being. Your ikigai, to focus on your passion and purpose, is something that sets them apart from other coaches, mentors, and counselors. A cliff diving coach, unlike any psychologist, personal coach, life coach, counselor, or a person that sits in a chair like 7 days a week, listens, takes notes, someone you found on your like search under the Google keywords in your area, that doesn't like personally soar to new heights, challenge their own lives, whether it's a relationship, their spiritual, like we were talking before about their fitness goals. Maybe it's social goals. Could even be money and investment goals. So cliff divers, on the other hand, offer a unique blend of experiences, all we outlined in today's video: motivation, real world knowledge, experience, daily activity that can help you overcome your uncertainty, your procrastination, facing your fears. We talk about being on the fence, right, for months and years, just being on the fence. We never made a decision and acted on that decision. We're on the fence. So if you're looking for a coach who truly understands what it means to push boundaries, to not let you off the hook, right, so you can achieve your fullest, look no further than the Cliff Diver's Edge. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the beautiful Cliff Diver's Edge channel. If you found this video moving and inspiring, please comment below what challenges you're looking to accomplish, what coaches you're looking for in any specific area of your life. It could be the 5 aspects of goal setting, right? And those: spiritual, relationship, money and finance, business, career, and things like that. I'd love to hear from you, but also as you do post comments, it helps the community grow. Right, we could help each other out, we could scale up other people's lives, we could add comments and help another person while learning from other people and as well. And that's why I really love the impact of this community, as it's so uplifting. I'll enjoy spending the next video with you here on the Cliff Diver's Edge. Soar through your day.